back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here. And hey, so this one is going to be for those daytime talk show host enthusiasts because we have, it seems to be a titan in the game saying goodbye to a long running show with her long running stay. That is the one and only Huda Katob. I think that's how you say that. And yeah, so she has given us the basically, hey, I'm out of here. Goodbye. So with that being said, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of, chitter chatter on how and things are going to work out for this particular show to continue on with new hosts and such. And so it was nice to get a little bit more insight as to maybe possibly what could be the reason behind this, I think, humongous loss, really. And, one thing about Huda that I really thought was so fabulous is that she seemed to be such a personable individual. She brought you into her life. She's adopted two beautiful girls. She even had a long-standing relationship that her and her partner had decided to separate in love. And she's just been so vulnerable about those types of things. She really does take care and heart with all of her interviews, and just all around seems like a really decent human being. And she seems to be funny too. She has to take a good laugh and knows how to get in there when needs to be. So I think this is going to be, again, a tremendous loss, really, to the show and to the the studios all together. I mean, I think she just seems like the type of person, that kind of just walks in and lights up a room. And I think that's going to be a situation that's going to be sorely, sorely missed. Now, considering the reasons that they are looking at as a possibility of why she's saying goodbye, if there was an adjustment to that, maybe, just maybe, something could change. But, sometimes how these things go, when negotiations don't go a certain way, they tend to stay in that direction. And then it just becomes an opportunity for someone else to step into those shoes. Well, at least if not maybe fully into the shoes, step into that positioning, and for that other person to move on to, greater and better things, which I find no doubt that Hoda will find her next big thing, sooner rather than later. So why don't we go ahead and get on into it? Let's see. So according to Celebrating the Soaps, pay cut reportedly is what is behind Hoda'S choosing to step back from hosting the Today Show. Now, for years, many have predicted the fall of television, and it's starting to seem like that day is finally at hand, with giant streamers working to claw away at every single TV audience they can get. With TV losing many of its audience, it was only a matter of time until there's a big shakeup, and the big earners in TV would have to make a difficult decision: either gratefully accept less payment or go home. In Hoda'S case, she gracefully quit. Now, the real reason Hoda quit today comes to the surface days after the announcement. Now, for 6 years, Hoda has been on the Today Show, bringing us all the latest guests from the entertainment and political world with her own brand of humor. Even though she is beloved in her role, NBC reportedly told her that they can no longer justify her salary, which is rumored to be the amount of $20 million annually. Wow. Now, speaking to Puck News, an insider revealed that NBC's executives made clear to her agents that such a this is not a hard word, that such a stratospheric contracts were no longer justifiable given the industry's inexorable decline. Now, while neither Hoda nor NBC have chosen to comment on the latest revelations, it hasn't escaped notice that TV is doing poorly these days. Ratings for morning shows have been literally falling for several years. For example, a decade ago, Today's Show easily boosted an average audience score in the 5 million range, but these days they merely average a little over 2.5 million. Wow. That's a sharp drop, don't you think? Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking, like, damn, that's a sharp drop. And then there's the words. Now, Hoda announces her desire to turn a new page at 60. And she looks dang good, don't she? Now, while pay cut is now the rumored reason Hoda chose to leave the show, she didn't mention it at the time of her announcement, and I wouldn't imagine that she would. Do we ever really hear anything other than, I've decided to move forward with something else? I have other projects, other, passions I want to get into. I'm very excited for those things, but very honored to have been able to spend our time here. And thank you. Those usually the route that we're going here. They rarely ever say, look, they're not going to pay me what I'm worth until I'm out of here. But you know what? The way things are going nowadays, it's a matter of time for somebody to actually just kind of say that on air, I'm sure. Yeah, so let's go. I realized that it was time for me to turn the page at 60 and to try something new, she said. I remembered standing outside looking at these beautiful bunch of people with these gorgeous signs, and I thought, this is what the top of the wave feels like for me. And I thought it can't get better. And I decided that this is the right time for me to kind of move on. And it's kind of that saying, right? Most shows are kind of operate in that same way, that you kind of leave on top, right? You don't want to leave when you're at the bottom of the barrel, right? You want to keep them glory days going all the way to the end, because it also does make you feel more empowered because you now made the decision yourself. Now, she further added that motivation to spend more time with her daughters, Haley 7 and Hope 5, influenced her decision to leave. Obviously, I had my kiddos late in life, and I was thinking they deserved a bigger piece of time that I could have, she said. I feel like we only have an infinite amount of time, which that is so true. And so with all that being said, this is the hardest thing in the world. However, her exit is not yet imminent, as she will continue to co-host the morning program alongside Savannah Guthrie through January 1st, 2025. So it's going to be a new year, but just no Hoda. And I kind of feel like, we will still see her somewhere, somehow, whether it's writing a book or doing some type of an interviewing-based type show, whether it be streaming it or some kind of documentary thing. I just don't necessarily feel that we've seen the last of Hoda in this kind of a space. And I do hope that we do see her either guesting on some kind of platform, because I think that she has a lot to continue to offer. But whatever it is, I hope that it brings her just as much joy as she has been able to obtain by being on the Today Show. At the end of the day, money talks, and sometimes if money ain't talking, you walking, and that's just what it is. And everybody has to do what is right and best for them. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of a nudge to kind of get you in the different direction that is more fulfilling for the next stage in your life. And she's got these young girls, and now she has the freedom to really choose a new path. And I'm really hoping that works out for her, although I think that it will. And, who knows what will blossom out of this situation. When one door closes, another one tends to open. So for that, Hoda, we congratulate you on your new opportunity to do whatever it is that you wish to do in this next phase of your life. And, I'm pretty sure she is definitely going to be sorely missed. And so with that being said, I think that will about do it for this video. If you are watching the Today Show, or, have any thoughts about, her leaving and just the gravity of what that means for, the show itself, and you want to drop down those thoughts, feel free to do that in the comment section below so we can talk about it. And, do you think that TV is coming to an end? I mean, quite frankly, I still watch mine. I don't think I'm ever not going to watch mine. Like I said, I'm holding on to CDs, DVDs, you know it. I'm just not going to give up those things. I like my library and my vintage way of life, I guess. But yeah, at the end of the day, sometimes, new things come about, and I just think that this is just an opportunity for something new. So with that being said, thank you so much again for being here. If you have not subscribed yet and you've been here for the whole entire video, I hope that you will subscribe and be part of the family, because I would so love to have you. And I thank you so much for your viewing and listening support, and I hope that you will take care and be blessed. And of course, go ahead and hit that notification bell too. Make sure you have it set to all. I have many more videos coming down that I would love to know your thoughts. So with that, I think I'm going to bid you adieu. You take care. Bye.